I mean, it's only cool if you don't snap them. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Salt Lake. I'm Brian Schnee. It is Wednesday, February 4th, another edition of Utah's Missing. Tonight, raising awareness about some missing persons cases out of Garfield County. Some are dating back decades. We begin tonight's Utah's Missing with 69-year-old DeEtte Spencer, who hasn't been seen in over a week. DeEtte is from Escalante, Utah, but was last seen in Price on the 26th of January at a Walmart. A silver alert was activated a few days later, and now the search spans multiple counties in central and southern Utah.
We are expanding the search. We've enlisted the support of several additional sheriff's offices, law enforcement agencies, Civil Air Patrol, and widened the search area. We're looking now at about 10 to 15,000 square miles of southern Utah trying to locate DeEtte.
And this must have been family members that reported her after they were tracking her phone. Is that right?
Yes.
So the Walmart is the spot, the Walmart in Price. How does Garfield County get involved? Did she leave the Walmart and come through Garfield County, or was it beforehand?
DeEtte is a resident of Escalante in Garfield County, so she was returning to Escalante, and that's why Garfield County was notified.
Has there been any indication of a possible location of where she went after the Walmart in Price?
Not with 100% definity. We've, since putting out the first initial news release about DeEtte's disappearance, we have received several public reported sightings or tips, and we've investigated all those credible reported sightings and tips, and have not found her. Obviously, but there were no results on those tips or reported sightings.
There's the mention of the vehicle that DeEtte may have been driving. Has that been spotted on a license plate reader or by using technology in any place, maybe along our freeways? We've seen that commonly used through investigative tactics.
Unfortunately, no. Her license plate number has not registered. Her car has not been cited any place in between Price or anywhere else we've been searching and Garfield County. We wish that were different.
When you say you've ramped up kind of the search and have begun using these other sort of partner agencies, these neighboring agencies, is there a certain location where there's a focus? Or is it just like vast scanning? Where are we at this point?
At this point, we're at basically searching all directions that she may have potentially traveled after she left Price. we're searching. We've searched all of Emery County and parts of Sevier, Wayne, and San Pete County and Grand counties. And we want to express our appreciation to those law enforcement agencies, the sheriff's offices, for assisting us in searching, using their resources as well in searching for DeEtte. We've also enlisted the support of the Civil Air Patrol, who have flown over various different routes that she could have taken, searching for her car from the sky. And unfortunately, none of those have been fruitful yet.
I'm seeing previously that there's no foul play suspected. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that is still the case. We do not suspect foul play. However, we have not ruled it out either.
Makes sense. I mean, at this point, you're just trying to figure things out. It's interesting because we're talking about a woman who falls under the silver alert category by age, does not appear to have any medical issues, but of course by age there's also that factor. All while in the news right now, there's a very high profile elderly woman that is missing, and there's kind of this interesting puzzle to the whole thing of where do people go. And I'm sure there's that heightened awareness of, was she taken, or all these things, or did she take a different route? Anything else just on the possibilities of where things are right now of her route of travel after that Walmart that you'd like to share?
You mentioned the other high profile case going on right now, and every case is different, and every case has to be treated differently. And we are exhausting all resources, all efforts. We want to find DeEtte. We know how scary it is to lose someone. Imagine back when you had little children and they wandered off, and just how scary a feeling that is when you can't find them, and what a great relief it is when you do. We understand that DeEtte's family is going through the same thing, and we want to help them, bring this to a positive conclusion, that they may experience that relief of finding a loved one again. And that's what we're trying for, and that we're asking for the public help. And if they have any sightings, if you see a car in the ditch on the side of the road or anything like that, to call the Garfield County Sheriff's Office.
Folks in Escalante are deeply concerned about DeEtte, and there's some things about the current information that doesn't really add up. So as we learn more, we'll share it with you. If you have tips or sightings of DeEtte or a possible vehicle match, for example, we don't have a picture of that vehicle, you can call the Garfield County Sheriff's Office. Let's stay in Garfield County. I wanted to discuss another case with the Sheriff's Office, but they declined, saying they wanted to focus solely on the current silver alert we just shared with you. However, this show is about awareness, so here's some awareness on Jimmy Gerald Barney, who disappeared February 2017. Jimmy was last seen February 7th in Escalante, Utah. He was 57 years old at the time. According to numerous reports, Jimmy left his home, leaving his car, everything else, including his dog. He took a pistol with him. According to the Department of Public Safety website, there was a large search for him, including search and rescue and a DPS helicopter. They even had drones deployed. Again, this was back in 2017, coming up on 9 years to the day. Jimmy Gerald Barney, still labeled as a missing person. If you have any information, the Garfield County Sheriff's Office would be your point of contact, 435-676. Let's get the last four of those for you, 2678. So let's stay in Garfield County. There are a handful of missing persons cases out of one of Utah's least populated counties. William Bill Thorpe was last seen near Bryce Canyon National Park back on September 1st, 2022. Thorpe was last seen around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, getting off the park shuttle at Bryce Point. There were numerous searches conducted, but they ended after they say all the leads were exhausted. Reports indicate that Thorpe's camper was found in a nearby parking lot. Heading back to 2017 now, Martin Andrew Smith was camping in a dry wash off of Hole in the Rock Road. Fast forward to April 2nd, 2018, and the camp that Smith was using was found vacant. It's written that all of his belongings were there for a, quote, long time. He was 54 years old when listed as missing. There was a receipt found in his camp dated November 27th, 2017, which is the date he's indicated as last seen. A canvas bag with a gun and ammo was found. It was turned into the sheriff's office. It's believed that Martin drove a 1994 Honda. Again, this is a missing persons case from Escalante, Utah, from that area. and another case with very limited details. Hundreds of people listed on the Utah DPS missing persons in cold case database. So 2 more for you from Garfield County. Let's go back to July 4th, 1956, where 15-month-old Valate Kareen Young wandered away from a family picnic on her grandfather's ranch, never to be seen again. The family visiting from Monte View, Idaho, and was there for a large party with the family in Whitso, which is now a ghost town, by the way, in St. Johns Valley, about 16 miles northeast of Bryce Canyon National Park. It's written that they were churning ice cream as a big group as the family when Young wandered away, 15 months old. Her teddy bear was found nearby. Hundreds of people searched for the little girl in the following weeks, including bloodhounds that tracked the girl's scent until it dead-ended at a rural road. It's believed that 15-month-old Valate Kareen Young was picked up by a passing motorist, but she's still listed as a missing person. All of these years later, this case was just added to the Doe Network's website, doenetwork.org, just a few years ago in 2022. Limited news coverage since 1956. One more mystery for you. November 20th, 1934. We are going way back here. Everett Ruiz set out alone in the Utah desert with 2 donkeys as pack animals, and he hasn't been seen since. He told his parents via letter he might be unreachable for a few months. However, after 3 months, a search party was formed. The donkeys were found on the north side of Davis Gulch, a canyon of the Escalante River. The only sign of Everett Ruiz was a corral for the donkeys and his campsite. His parents were notified that the search ended in March of 1935. Additional searches took place later on in the year, but to this day, this case goes really deep, by the way. I'd encourage you to read about it. The remains of Everett Ruiz have never been found. Utah's Missing every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, KMYU and KJAZ. As you can tell, we go back into the archives and we keep things current. There was a lot we just talked about. We're dedicated to helping Utahns find some answers, maybe bring some awareness to missing persons cases. If you have a case you want us to look into, you can send me a note on social media. Coming up on Arc Salt Lake, it's not Utah's Missing, but one missing persons case is grabbing the attention of our nation. Authorities are working around the clock to find the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. We'll show you the apparent ransom note that the FBI is now investigating. Still no person of interest 4 days after the disappearance of the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Authorities are working closely with the Guthrie family as they search for the missing 84-year-old. Andres Gutierrez has the latest on the investigation from Tucson.
Investigators in Arizona are speaking with anyone who may have had contact with the missing mom of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. In a social media post Wednesday, the Pima County Sheriff's Department says a suspect or person of interest has not been identified in the case, which is being investigated as a crime. Authorities believe Guthrie was taken from her Tucson area home over the weekend.
We don't know where she is. We are working as far out as we can go.
The 84-year-old was reported missing after she did not attend church on Sunday. What appeared to be a small amount of blood was seen outside the front door, and a law enforcement source tells CBS News a little bit was found inside the house. Authorities say evidence is being tested.
So far, what we found from that lab is nothing that would tell us this is who did this.
The sheriff here in Tucson says it's unclear how many people took Guthrie from her home in the middle of the night, adding that surveillance video from the property has so far led nowhere.
None of the camera images have revealed to us anything of substantive nature. No.
Really? Anything?
No, it only goes so far back. And so we're giving it to those camera makers and saying, can you do something more with this?
The sheriff also says the FBI is now analyzing an apparent ransom note.
Is there anything in that note that seems credible at this moment that you're giving weight to?
The entire note.
So you're not dismissing this note at this
Absolutely
point?
not.
The note contains specific details about the home, Nano says, and what Guthrie was wearing that night. But he would not confirm the accuracy of that information or the legitimacy of the note. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
Sheriff Nano says he shared the ransom note with the Guthrie family the same night he received it. He told CBS News that the note was sent to a local Arizona news station that agreed not to report on it. You can find the latest details and updates on this investigation by going to our KUTV YouTube page. All right, Sean, what do you want to talk about?
Some new golf clubs.
Yeah,
Because,
well,
I mean, I had to order it because it's
Wait,
still
new
golf
skis and
weather.
new golf clubs.
Yeah.
Which one's going to work out here?
I think more so golfing over
think
the next
so.
few days. I mean, it's just been so mild. We're going to continue that, but we are looking at some changes, Brian, where we can get back on the slopes. By the way, when can you get back out on there?
I hope it's soon. I'm working on the Achilles here, yeah.
All right,
I'm working it.
Start stretching here because we've got some active weather as we head into next week. We've had 5 days in a row of temperatures into the 50s. 5 more days to go with temperatures into the 50s, and then we're opening up the gate here for plenty of storms after dealing with historically low snowfalls, snowpack, 54% of average. Snow here in the valleys have been just lackluster, only 1/10 of an inch so far, 30 inches below average for this time of year. To add to that, 27 days and counting without any measurable rain or snow. So something's got to change here. Unfortunately, in the short term, it's all smooth sailing. It's just mild and dry. Temperatures here into the mid and upper 50s over the course of the next few days. Then we've got a dose of reality. Early next week, we're looking at a big temperature drop. We're down into the 40s for highs for several days, and then we could start to track some storms here. 6 days out with moderate air quality in the meantime here with some hazy skies. Temperatures into the 40s up and down the Wasatch Front. It is chilly across much of the state right now, 48 in Heber, but still pretty mild for this time of year at this time of the day. 44 in Milford, 43 in Cedar City, 61 right now in the St. George area. Dealing with clear skies right now. That will set up for a chilly but pleasant night ahead. You'll see as we head through much of the week here, plenty of sunshine, maybe a little bit cloudier as we head into Friday. And then here's a change. We start to see an atmospheric river event setting up across the Pacific Northwest. This will slide a front that will likely stall in our area from Monday night to Tuesday. So we'll see some snow up into the mountains as early as Monday night. Tuesday, perhaps a mix of rain and snow here in the valleys, and then it kind of lingers around through Wednesday, maybe even as late as Thursday as we get this upper level low that eventually moves out of here as we head into the middle of the week. So just know it's still many days away in terms of the timing, the intensity, how cold, how warm it will be. A lot of uncertainty there, but know that this will at least be the beginning of a major shift in the weather pattern. Quiet overnight, we're down into the 20s and 30s here. Highs tomorrow into the 50s, so it is very mild. Plenty of sunshine, beautiful weather, But again, we've got the hazy skies we've got to deal with here. St. George, by the way, very mild. You're nearing 70 degrees the next several days. There's that active weather as we head into next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then across the Wasatch Front, hazy sunshine and a gradual warm up. I wouldn't be surprised, Brian, if we get to near 60 degrees by Sunday. There's that drop in temperature beginning Monday, increasing clouds, and then a mix of rain and snow possible Tuesday, Wednesday, and could be even active beyond this as well.
So you're thinking Tuesday, Wednesday is actually something significant at this point?
For the mountains, yes.
We think at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing local. Nothing in the valleys.
To be determined.
All right.
I think
Still a
there
little
could be
ways away.
some snow, yeah.
Okay. Just wondering. It's been
Yeah.
that kind of year. Coming up on Arc Salt Lake, just days after a giraffe gave birth, keepers at the Hogle Zoo are getting ready to welcome another new baby animal.
Two News wants to see how you celebrate 250 years of amazing America. Scan the QR code or go to KUTV.com/chime in. Click Submit Content and pick Amazing America 250 from the drop-down. Whether it's your favorite monument, your favorite park, around the state, or around the country, we want to see and share whatever makes you proud to be American. Thank you for being a part of 2 News and Amazing America 250.
Hogle Zoo getting ready to welcome a new animal.
Yeah, that's right. The zoo says their 38-year-old Western lowland gorilla named Mary is pregnant. Keepers are expecting a baby sometime in March. Right now, health teams are closely monitoring her progress. They've also added extra hay bedding to the gorilla habitat. Mary came to Utah as part of a breeding program in 2022. The baby's father has been at Hogle Zoo since 2010.
You know, my daughter and I and our family, we love going to the zoo. And I did not know Mary, looks so good at 38. Kudos, Mary. But just so they're so fascinating. Go check them out. Go spend a little time, see if you can get the interaction. It is really, really cool. And they bring like a big smile to your face when you go.
My girlfriend's been bugging me
you
about
gotta
the
go.
zoo, so let
Would
me
you
know.
like to go?
Yeah, next time you
I
go,
think
let
we
me
should
know.
all go. It's a lot of fun. And we could talk about this forever. Let's talk about Mickey D's real quick.
Yeah, that's right. McDonald's has a new item for you and your partner to share this Valentine's Day.
Cute. So Mickey D's is offering a kit that contains an ounce of caviar. It's meant to pair with chicken nuggets, and it's free. Starting next Tuesday, you can order yours at McNuggetCaviar.com. Pairing caviar with McNuggets became a bit of a thing on social media, apparently. I don't know. I'm not really cool, so I don't know. But even singer Rihanna posted about it.
It's gonna be good.
The Super Bowl of Caring. Brought to you by America First Credit Union, Smith's, Tech City, Ford, Balance of Nature, and Rocky Mountain Power.
Something I'd rather you do than go do the caviar thing. Help with our Super Bowl of caring. Please scan the QR code, KUTV.com/donate. Tomorrow's a big day. We'll talk about it at 7 o'clock. See you tomorrow night.